Welcome back to War Thunder and welcome aboard the Heavy Tank number 6 here in realistic battles on Normandy. So there is one Japanese tank left that I have to spade. It's not a really big journey, to be honest, but I thought I might jump back in one of the tanks that I consider not that bad. And when I say not that bad, then I say it has its limits, but you also can make it work. Of course, one of the big words around the Tiger and the Tiger E, of which this is the Japanese version, is then angling. Angling is the word that you're looking for. And to make it very short, if your barrel directly aims at the enemy and the barrel is also exactly over the edge where the sides and the front plate meet of the upper plate, you then also have the optimal angle for the side and front armor having the most effective armor, so that there is practically no real weak spot. So a T-44 here shot at the Puma, and I bounced his shot. The Puma is still burning for whatever reason, because he had a fire extinguisher, so that was quite a long time. And I tried to shield him, and then I tried to look where the T-34-85 went. So if this T-34-85 would shoot my hull, it would be kind of dangerous, because angling against the T-34-85 is always tricky. They're right at the edge of, you know, neglecting that angle. I tried to make the cupola shot, and there it is. So that is the Panzergranate, not the Panzergranate 39 with the reduced high explosive filling, but the better penetration. I think overall you need the knockout blow. That is what makes the T-34-85 so good in the first place, and the Panzergranate 39 is too weak in terms of damage dealing. But both the Panzergranate and Panzergranate 39 have one big drawback, and that is that the fuse is so unsensitive, to say. So 28mm. A lot of the British tanks, a lot of the American fast tank destroyers have armor under 28mm, so you actually get over penetrations, and that is deeply frustrating. They then can escape, don't take the damage that you need, you just take out the loader, but you know, the Panzergranate does the job. Exploding Russian tanks is what this shell does, and I love it. So there is a Jumbo Sherman, knowing the very weak side armor beneath the tracks. I actually you know, penetrate him there at a steep angle. You know, angling works with Tigers, King Tigers, but not with Shermans. Please don't, please don't. And that was a very good shot, because the rest of the armor is trollish, thick, bouncy, and you might just even penetrate and do not enough damage because of the trollish armor plates. So this is frontline camping, and yeah, does it pay off? Well, it's not just camping, it's also giving you the time to rest, to observe the map, what is going on. Obviously my team gets severely butchered. So there is the question, could I have done something better? Could I have done something at the very beginning of the battle, or within that time period, to save my team? Now the answer is probably yes, but therefore I would have had to know the total outcome of the battle in advance, and that is something that I'm not you know, capable of. I'm sorry, I'm just a normal human being, and I also can't just be at one point at a time. You can obviously look for positions that allow you to look into several directions to cover a large portion of the map, but then you can also get spotted from a very large portion of the map in return. It's always the two sides of the coin. And then this hilarious scene happens. There is this burned out Jagdpanther. I reversed because I saw something that looked a Sherman. Is he dead? I'm not quite sure. Oh, it seems dead. Oh, Thank you very much. This This was glorious. And watch this. This guy also was completely oblivious. Hey, I just killed one of your buddies. Thanks for playing, thank you for giving me the ace. And already I noticed there are a lot of planes in the air. Yeah, that is not good. German teams or Japanese teams have a problem here. They have not the very best tanks in the first place, but they also kind of struggle in the air support. CAS, big problem. Both for the Japanese and also to a certain degree for the Germans. You might argue, oh, look at the Horton, look at the ME26, the ME410 B6R3. That is correct, but you never have them available, then they are also vulnerable for air attacks and AAA, like every plane, I guess. So they also then are not always in your lineup, they are not always fully upgraded. Then if you have to duel Spitfires in an ME410, yeah, good luck. If they avoid the head-on, you have a problem. So here then there is that. The enemy team captured B, but they stopped capturing it, and then I guess they began to capture it again. And I'm going across the open field to go back to the cap and try to defend it as good as I can. And then I come around the corner, the turret in an angle that I'm kind of pre-angled, not optimal, and I spot the British tank, the Centurion Mark III. It's kind of ridiculous to see that tank being in the region of my battle rating when we look at the gun. Look around the corner and nothing, but I overlooked this. I completely overlooked that Russian tank, but I got aware of it. And he obviously overlooked at me. We just drive, and there I see it. We just drove past each other. Third person aim, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful kill. But the cap is still not back. You know, it's still not there. What can I do? What can I do? Where is the enemy around the church? You know, this is what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Where do I have to look? Is the enemy aware of me, or is he as oblivious as this Russian tank destroyer? Then I get hammered from the front, I aim, I shoot, but I just don't do enough damage. I got a shot from the back, I just realized it right now, and there is not much that I can do. The gun breech is damaged, I'm down to 3 crew members, I get hammered from the front, on my rear is a tank. Obviously, that's endgame. That's endgame. But I mark the map, but I see there is nobody left. It's just me and a plane. What did I do wrong? I got 7 kills. But my team just got evaporated. Was it my fault? Was I at the wrong position? What could have changed? That is a question that I simply can't answer. That is a question that is just simply that the enemy team was simply outright better in their team play, in their probably even tanks, and probably in the single engagements than the rest of our team. Does this mean our tanks were bad? Does this mean our tanks or the tank drivers were stupid, bad, and outright, you know, useless? The answer is no. I played enough battles to just figure out that it depends when you engage the enemy at which position, and that can just, you know, depend on seconds. What do you do if there is just, you know, a split second between victory and death? If there is just, you know, that one shell that should have gotten into the enemy tank, blowing him up, and, you know, the shell bouncing. And then this tank not even, you know, gets spotted. Maybe your shell missed because you don't have a stabilizer, but the enemy team has, or the enemy tank has. And so, the simple question, what could I have done better, is very complicated to answer in War Thunder. This was my 8th kill. This was certainly not a bad game by anybody's standards. But, you know, I lost. Our capture point got captured. I didn't think that I could have any chance in a tank to make a difference, because there were at least 3 tanks in the enemy team. The remaining tanks that I had in my lineup were just not sufficient. And so let's have a quick look at the post-battle results. 45,000 civil lines and nearly 6,000 vehicle research points. Yeah, the G2 is the tank that I'm researching. So that's it for me today. I hope you can answer me that big question. And please give this video a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll see each other on the battlefields of War Thunder.